Hello, I'm Jeff Paur, senior writer for RealTime Fantasy Sports, and today I want to talk about the Syndicate draft that took place last night on our site. This is our high stakes of high stakes drafts, $5,000 per team to enter the Syndicate. It was a great draft, and for the first time ever, we actually did a live stream of the event on Twitch. This is something we might do more going forward, but we did a live stream play-by-play of the draft, took questions from the viewers as well. It was a lot of fun, and I actually posted this video to YouTube, the YouTube channel as well, so you can go to our RealTime Fantasy Sports YouTube channel and watch the entire live stream of the Syndicate draft as it happened last night. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, a lot of great owners. I want to give you a really quick recap. If you want to watch it all, again, go to our YouTube channel and it's at RealTime Fantasy Sports, and you can see it right there. It's called the Syndicate live stream. So I want to go quickly and do a quick recap of this draft. Like I said, a lot of interesting picks, a lot of interesting things happened, different strategies in this one. The first thing was the QBs really flew off the board in this one. We actually had two teams that had two quarterbacks after round 10. That's really early in a lot of drafts that we've seen. One team took Patrick Mahomes and Kyler Murray in the first 7 rounds. So Luke O'Reilly, who picked 5th, had two QBs, two of the top QBs in fantasy on his roster. Interesting strategy. Was he trying to block other owners from getting Kyler Murray? I don't know. Maybe that's what he was trying to do with this this move of taking Murray so early after already having Mahomes on his roster. But interesting to see nonetheless. And another QB that had two quarterbacks on his roster after round 10 was Edward Kozinski, who drafted right next to Luke. And he took Prescott and Allen. So those are his two QBs. Again, two very good QBs. Took them before some teams even had a quarterback on the roster. So Nicholas Joyce, who picked first, was one of these teams that really waited on a quarterback. He waited until round 13. His first quarterback was Joe Burrow. Then he took 3 straight. So he took Joe Burrow in round 13, Jimmy Garoppolo in round 14, and Gardner Minshew in round 15. So obviously Nicholas, his strategy was to wait on a QB and then platoon these guys based on matchups, I'm assuming. So that's what he's going to have to do here, and hopefully they hit each week. The rest of his team looks pretty solid, but that QB spot is going to maybe cause him some headaches with some tough decisions on a weekly basis. Also, another interesting tidbit, usually the running backs go super quick in these drafts, especially in the TFC, which we've been reviewing in other high-stake leagues. But the receiver position really flew off the board at one point. So starting in round 3 with the sinister PR, he took A.J. Brown with the 9th pick in round 3, and then 10 straight receivers went off the board. I don't think I've seen that in a draft this year. So A.J. Brown, Kenny Golladay, T.J. Moore, Odell Beckham, Cooper Kupp, Adam Thielen, Juju Smith-Schuster, DJ Shark, Allen Robinson, DK Metcalf went in order. Kind of crazy. 10 straight receivers picked in this early round of the draft. I thought that was really interesting. Also, a couple different strategies when it comes to defenses and kickers. We had 2 teams pick 2 defenses, and 2 teams also grabbed 2 kickers in the draft. Normally, each team takes 1 of each, but this roster is a little bigger, 18-man roster. So a couple teams decided they were going to, sew up that position, not worry about having to pick up people on the waiver wire. So a couple teams took 2 kickers and 2 defenses. Again, you don't see that every day of the week. And also in this draft, I didn't want to talk about 3 teams I liked. I liked a lot of them. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to pick just 3, but if you watch the live stream, you can see the teams that we really liked a lot. But I'll tell you who my son and I did the live stream together, my son Henry, and we gave our favorite teams after the draft was over with. I'll tell you mine. My favorite team was Robert Basile out of the 3rd spot. Again, Robert, I apologize if I mispronounced your name, but I really like what Robert did. Ezekiel Elliott, George Kittle, Chris Carson, Calvin Ridley, Keenan Allen, Tyler Lockett, Zach Moss, Deontay Johnson, Carson Wentz, Damian Harris, Tony Pollard, Brian Edwards, and Baker Mayfield, Jalen Reagor. That's kind of the core of his team. I really think he has great depth. I'm not sure he has the best starters out of some of these teams, but man, I really like what Robert did with his depth. I think he's super deep, and he's going to have a really good run at the title of this $30,000 that you get for winning this syndicate league. So I think Robert did a really good job. My son, he picked the team next to Robert. he picked before Robert, I should say, the first place team. That's Brad F and Neil M. That's who Henry liked. This team stacked their team with Saquon Barkley, James Conner, David Johnson, Zach Ertz, Robert Woods, Michael Gallup, AJ Green, Brandon Cooks, Chase Edmonds, Matthew Stafford, Sterling Shepard, TJ Hawkinson, and the Steelers defense. That's the core of his team. I like this team too. I think they did well. Hopefully they live up to their name, first place. I know that's what they're hoping for, but I thought this team really had a solid draft as well. I agree with Henry. Really has a good chance to win it all. So those are the top two teams that Henry and I picked for this draft. But again, a lot of good teams. It was a great draft. A lot of fun to do this on a live stream on Twitch. Hopefully we do this again sometime. Maybe not in a draft because drafts are almost over with, but maybe we'll explore Twitch in other ways, take questions from people and whatnot. So look for us to do that more often. We'll keep you posted and post it on league homepages. So that's the Syndicate draft. I appreciate everybody for tuning in last night. We had a good crowd watch that draft. I also appreciate you tuning into this video right now. And we'll do a couple more before the season starts. We still have several drafts that can take place before games start this coming weekend. We know we have the Thursday game, but drafts go all the way up till the weekend on our side as well. If you want to get in any of these drafts, go to RealTime Fantasy Sports, rtsports.com. Sign up for the Fantasy Championship. It is getting close to selling out now. We're really ramping up sales in recent days. I would sign up sooner than later. FantasyChampionship.com, $300,000 grand prize. Best championship on the web when it comes to fantasy. Do it sooner than later. Like I said, it's going to sell out. If you don't get in that, though, we have all different other leagues you can get in on our site as well. We have different price points, just $10 to get in the dime best ball leagues, or you can get in a high stake leagues like these owners took place in this draft. You can get in different price points there all the way up to $1,000 and more. So go to rtsports.com, check out all the leagues we have to offer, and sign up for one today. We have drafts going on nonstop. Again, thanks for watching and happy drafting. This has been Jeff Paur for RealTime Fantasy Sports. Have a great day.